So in this video we're looking at Edexcel S2 January 11 question 2, and this question is looking at doing a hypothesis test using the binomial distribution. So a student takes a multiple choice test. The test is made up of 10 questions, each with 5 possible answers. The student gets 4 correct. Her teacher claims she was guessing. Use a one-tailed test at 5% significance to test or not whether there is evidence to reject the teacher's claim, and we're asked to state hypotheses clearly. Okay, so firstly, this is a parametric test, as they all are on statistics 2. So we use our parameters to test. So h0, we need to state that p is equal to 0.2, and we need to state that our alternate hypothesis is p. Now it's a one-tailed test. Okay, so let's think about this. The reason p is 0.2 is because there are 5 possible answers. So if you guess, you've got a 1 in 5 chance of getting it correct. If you are cheating, then the proportion that you're going to get right is going to be greater than 0.2. So that's going to be our alternate hypothesis. Okay, now it's a good idea to define things. So we should say what p is. So let p be the probability of getting a question correct. Now when you look at the mark scheme for this, it doesn't ask you to do that, but some mark schemes do. So it's always worth defining what your variable is going to be, your parameter that you're testing. Okay, and we're looking at the fact that x is a binomial 10, 0.2. So again, state the distribution that we are wanting to use. You don't, you get marks for that. So again, it's really important that you tell me what distribution we're using. So let p be the probability of getting a question correct, and x is a binomial at 10, 0.2. So we're stating the distribution we're dealing with. Okay, so what we can do here is we can look at the probability of exceeding your test statistic. So your test statistic is 4. So I can look at the probability that x is greater than or equal to 4. And the idea is if this is lower than 0.05, which is your level of significance, then we can reject h0 because you're in that really top bit. So let's have a look. Firstly, let's turn this around so we can use it. So it's the probability of x being less than or equal to 3. So here's my table. So the probability of x being less than or equal to 3 is 0.8791. So therefore the probability of x being greater than or equal to 4 is going to be 1 minus that, 0.8791, which gives me an answer of 0.1209, which is greater than your significance level. Okay, so since 0.1209 is greater than your significance level, we have insufficient evidence to reject h0. Okay, so as a consequence, we don't need a formal statement here because it's not asking us to do a hypothesis test as such, but we do have insufficient evidence to reject h0. Therefore, teacher's claim is supported. Okay, we cannot reject h0. So h1 is a possibility. So if that's the case, then the teacher's claim must still be supported. Okay, so there's 6 marks here. So let's have a look at how they're allocated. You get B1 for writing your hypotheses clearly. You get B1 for stating the distribution that you're using. You then get a method 1 for looking at your test statistic in this particular way. You get an accuracy 1 for working out your probability of being greater than or equal to your test statistic. You then get a method 1 for comparing your probability with your significance level, and then a follow through, just in case it's incorrect, to state whether the claim is supported or not.